What size steel beams and post required for a carport 28 wide by 28 deep? The roof will be engineered trusses, 28 wide, sitting on steel beams on each side of the carport, supported on one end by built-up wall studs in the wall of the house and the other end on steel or 6x6 wood posts. This is a zone with a 2.5 kilopascals snow load.
I can help. Let me read your question a bit closer. Can you tell me the materials that will make up the roof so I can determine an approximate dead load? I am going to switch over to the Q&A process to get rid of the chat timer. Our chat has ended, but you can still continue to ask me questions here until you are satisfied with your answer. Come back to this page to view our conversation and any other new information. What happens now? Or, you can reply to me using the box below. Let me know when you come back online.
Owner does not know yet. Will be 1x4 with strapping at 16 with metal roofing or 5/8 of an inch T&G OSB sheathing with asphalt shingles. Okay.
Before we get started, I'd like to point out that a professional engineer's standard of care typically includes a site visit to assess field conditions and get an overall understanding of the structure. This can obviously not be accomplished through the internet. The information provided here is meant for planning purposes only, general sizing and budgeting, and is based on the information provided by you. All loading cases considered are for vertical loads only. No lateral analysis has been completed. The information should be verified by a professional engineer who can visit the site to ensure that potentially important information has not been overlooked or omitted. So you want the 28 side beams to clear span 28, no intermediate supports, correct?
The clear span will be 28, less the width of the beams themselves if that matters, with no intermediate supports.
You can use W16 by 36, 50 KSI, steel beams for your 28 spans. This beam is 7 inches wide, 15.875 inches deep and weighs 36 pounds per foot of beam. You will need to provide solid mechanical connections between your roof trusses and the top flange of the steel beam to help provide adequate lateral support. You will need to have a local engineer detail your connections, size your support columns, determine foundation requirements, and check the lateral stability of your structure. Experts are credited for each appropriately rated answer they provide. If you have additional questions, please let me know. Thanks.
I also ask what size columns? 4x4 steel. I will use 3'x3'x10 with rebar piers minimum 4 below grade. I just may go with what the building code allows and put an intermediate post on each side. This will eliminate the requirements of an engineer and reduce the size of the steel beams.
How tall will the columns be?
9 to 10 at most.
You can use a 4x4 x1/4 structural tube ASTM A500 grade B. I just checked vertical loads on this column.
I am a designer with the number and I just checked with the owner and he does not mind an intermediate post in the center. While I value an engineer's involvement for situations that the OBC does not cover, I find that locally it really slows down the process and adds considerably to the cost, so if there is an alternative that can be used to conform to the OBC and acceptable to the building department, I do so. In this case, without the intermediate post, an engineer's visit and drawings would have been required. The owner decided late and wants it done before frost, so time is of the essence. Thank you for your assistance.
If you reduce to a 14 span, you can use W8 by 18, 50 KSI, steel beams. This beam is 5.25 inches wide, 8.125 inches deep and weighs 18 pounds per foot of beam. Good luck with your project. Experts are credited for each appropriately rated answer they provide. If you have additional questions, please let me know. Thanks.
The OBC gives me a W250 by 49 beam for this, and I always go one size up, so W250 by 58 is what I am going with.
For a 14 maximum span, that section would be more than adequate. That is close to a W10 by 39 in English units.
If you have a home improvement or appliance question and want to chat with an expert now, visit justanswer.com/YTHI.